still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And good morning, it's Monday morning, October the 28th, and we're back with more Foundation spoilers. I waited the whole weekend, partly because I had some stuff going on, partly because of the fact that MagicCon was going on and I didn't want it to interrupt with the videos and whatnot. We had some stuff coming out with the videos, with what's going on there. I'm going to appear, probably on DJ Longhair's roundtable on Thursday, because there's going to be a lot to unpack coming out of MagicCon, including some rule changes and talks about cards and whatnot, and the return of manufacturer's suggested retail price, which I think also is a good move in the direction for WotC, a way to kind of regain the trust of the collectors as to what these boxes should be worth coming out of the gate. So, starting our list off today is Day of Judgment. 2 white and 2 for a sorcery that reads Destroy all creatures, because we need white board wipes. So, next up, clickety clackety, we have Felidar Savior, a new card for this set, which is a white and 3 for a 2/3 cat beast with lifelink. This creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each to up to 2 other target creatures you control. Yeah, kind of feels like a combination of 2 different. Reminds me of what's the? I can't think of it right now. One that does basically the same thing. Next up, we have the return of Progenitus in Standard. This is a very hard card to obtain. I feel that it's a good inclusion, but not so good. It's a very powerful card. It costs double Wooburg, which is 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 green for a 10/10 legendary Hydra avatar that gives you protection from everything. And if it be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle it back into the library. I do, however, like the alternate art for Progenitus. That is absolutely sick. I mean, we all thought that the dragon from AFR was bad. No. Progenitus is like the embodiment of every color of Magic in a Hydra form. No, thank you. Next up, we have Exemplar of Light, an angel, which is going to be another one of the tribal themes is going to be in the deck. So it's a 2 white and 2 for a 3/3 angel with flying. If you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Ew. That could get out of hand. Especially if you're playing, life gain deck. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on this creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only one. Ew. +1/+1 counters and card draw? That's disgusting. But more angels. Next up we have Angel of Finality, which is a white and 3 for a 3/4 angel with flying. When it enters, exile target player's graveyard. Well, that's interesting. Hoo-haw. Next up we have Claws Out. So 2 white and 3 for an instant that reads, this spell costs 1 generic less to cast for each cat you control. Creatures you control get +2/+2 till end of turn. Ew. In a cat deck, you can cast this for as little as 2 white mana. Especially if you're got the little Ocelot Pride thing going on. And, as I stated in my last video, the Cat Tribal is a thematic in this set. So, and what standard core set would not be complete without Etali Primal Storm? So 2 red and 4 for a 6/6 Elder Dinosaur. Whenever it attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. You can cast any number of spells among those cards without paying their mana cost. Then we have Sun Consecrated Healer. A white and 1 for a 3/1 human cleric with kicker for a white and 1 and lifelink. When it enters, if kicker was paid, turn target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. This is fun in some life gain strategy decks. Pay the kicker cost, you get a mana value 2 or less creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. I can think of a couple different cards that would fit well with, but we got a life gain strategy going on in this set. Excuse me. Next up, we have Valkyrie's Call, which is 2 white and 3 for an enchantment that reads, whenever a non-token, non-angel creature you control dies, return it to its owner's battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. It has flying and is an angel in addition to its other types. Oh, so all your little clerics, if people are, especially like your cost-reducing clerics for your angels, would and your other life gainers. Yeah, I can see this could be quite useful. Fire Spitter Whelp. A red and 2 for a 2/2 dragon with flying. If you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, the creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Ew! Low-cost dragons are harder to find, and they're usually not very powerful unless you enchant them otherwise. This actually gives you good value, and it fits in a dragon thematic deck. Then we have Blanchwood Armor. Nice reprint at a green and 2 for a enchantment aura. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Hoo-ha. New Vampire and Vampire Gourmet. For a black and 1, you get a 2/2 vampire. It says whenever this creature attacks, you can sacrifice another. You may sacrifice another creature. If you do draw a card, this creature can't be blocked this turn. Okay. I can see all sorts of useful things for that. You put a Basilisk Collar on that. Get yourself a 3/3 little lifelink thing, and you can't be blocked. Yep. Lots of good things. Hoo-ha. Next up, we have Midnight Snack. I like this card. A black and 2 for enchantment that has raid. Getting your instep, if you attack this turn, create a food token. Hoo-ha. Pay 2, sacrifices enchantment. Target opponent loses X life, or X is the number of life you gain this turn. Fits well in food thematic decks. I might even stick this in my my spider deck. Just or in my squirrel deck for all things fun and Next up is Slagstorm, another card I like a lot. 2 red and 1 for a sorcery that reads, choose one. Slagstorm deals 3 damage to each creature, or Slagstorm does 3 damage to each player. Versatility in your so small creature board wipe, or deal some round robin damage at the commander table. Hoo-ha! Very fun. I'm not unhappy to see this card. Next up, we have Homunculus Horde. So a blue and 3 for a 2/2 Homunculus. Whenever you draw your second target each turn, create a token that's a copy of this creature. And it's in blue. Pause for the cause. And we're back. So we got this Homunculus Horde going down, and he's a 2/2 for 4, and you draw your second card, and you create a token that's a copy of this creature. This in a draw deck is going to get out of hand really quickly. Yeah. I think he's a little expensive at 4 mana, but we'll see where he goes. Fibblethip found the clone machine. We have Feybloom Trick For a blue and 2, you get an instant that reads, create 2 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. When you do, tap target creature and opponent controls. Ew, that sounds like fun in a fairy deck. All the way. Hoo-ha! 2 fairies and a creature gets tapped down. Except we have Guarded Air. A beefy white and 5 for a 1/1. I'd say human noble with lifelink. When it enters, you create 2 3/3 white knight creature tokens. I say it's a little expensive, but you get 3 creatures out of this, and 2 of them are 3/3 knights. I don't know how I feel about this. We'll see where this goes. Next up, we have the return of Stroke of Midnight. White and 2 for an instant that reads, destroy target non-land permanent. Its controllers creates a 1/1 white creature token. Targeted removal. A little expensive, but it's for any non-land permanent, so I'll take it. Next up, we have a card from the uncommon card from the Jumpstart Foundation's Jumpstart, and this is Sinette Jelly Drover, and this is in the anime artwork. With for a blue and 3, you get a 2/2 human wizard. When it enters or dies, create a 1/1 blue jellyfish creature token with flying. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. So this is a kind of a flying deck thematic for a Jumpstart. Not unopposed. I like it. Legendary human wizard. This could now if you put her in like a Talran deck, hoo-ha! Next up, we have a new version of Kaikar. So, Kaikar, who awakens the breeze for a white, a blue, and 2, you get a 3/4 legendary bird with flying. When you cast a non-creature spell, choose one of the following. Exile target creature you control, return to the battlefield under its owner's control, gain the next end step, or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Ooh. Blink mechanic. Okay, so this is probably going to replace kind of like a Yorion thing, but you also get a one. You can also choose to get a 1/1 spirit. Pairing this with the Sinette from the Jumpstart set would also be highly advantageous. Hoo-ha! Next up, we have Elvish Regrower. Kind of a beefy 2 green and 2 for a 4/3 elf druid. When it enters, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. 4 mana for a 4/3 with that kind of ability. Okay, I'll let that slide. That kind of works for me. You know, some recursion type thematics, so definitely use this card. Next up we have Put on Mass. So it's a red and 1 for an instant that reads, double target creature's power until end of turn. Okay. And you can flash it back for 2 red and 4. Okay, we've seen cards kind of like this in the past. I'm gonna allow that. Next up we have Ashroot Animist. A red, a green, and 2 for a 4/4 druid lizard. It has trample. When this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample, gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is this creature's power. Okay. Might fit in a lizard thematic deck. Make yourself a Jund type of Gev style deck, maybe. I like that. So we're at 21 minutes now, and we're going to end the video here, and we'll catch up with you later for more Foundation spoiler videos. Hoo-ha!